Hello everyone, welcome to Officer 24/7. My name is Niharika and I am with you with the area of accounting and financial management for bankers. As promised, we are coming up with a new series today. But what is this new series about? The YT planner of this particular series that we have started with all our subjects is available on our YouTube channel on a specific video that was taken yesterday. So you'll be able to see it in the Officers Adda 24/7 YouTube channel itself. Along with that, we are also in this particular series, we are going to cover both concepts as well as MCQs of this particular subject. And if you're looking forward to it, then please go ahead and share this particular session among your peers. And if you like it, then please go ahead and press the thumb button. That is a like button there. So let's look forward to the class today. Today I'm going to start, we are basically starting for this particular subject from scratch. That means today I'll be covering what are exactly the terms accounting and finance, and then we'll be moving forward further. Right, so let's quickly move on and talk about the accounting and financial management for bankers, the first term itself. The first term that we need to understand is what is accounting. See, the point is when we talk about the first term is that we have to understand what is exactly accounting. If I talk about accounting, it can be said as something that helps in recording. It's an art. See, everybody records things differently. I'll be recording things differently. You might be looking forward to recording the same thing in a different manner. So we can say that if I talk about accounting, accounting is an art of recording. First of all, we record the things. That means if I found that I spent 1 lakh rupees or something, maybe after a few days I won't remember it, considering the fact the company is quite huge and 1 lakh is just pennies for them. Then they will say that the 1 lakh rupees is something that we don't remember after a certain bit of time. So it's better whatever business transaction, business means whatever relates to the business, and that too in monetary form. Okay? We have to record that particular thing and then we classify. What do you mean by classify, everyone? We will classify it among different see, I purchased particular goods from you and purchased goods from you and paid rupees 1 lakh to you. Okay? And then I sold the same goods to someone else for rupees 1,50,000. Now the point is the purchases and all the expenses are to be recorded in one particular area. All the incomes are to be recorded in another area, so that we can actually find out what is the amount of profit that we made from such transactions. Okay, now visible properly. So if I want to know about this thing further now, so it's way better when we are trying to find it out, then we first of all record, then we classify, then we summarize. That means I will take the total of all the purchases, all the further expenses, I'll take the total of all the sales, and then I'll find the total profit. And that too, see, the point is this is in terms of money. Now, the next point that arises here is if it is in money, then transactions as well as events. Two more important points. The first point that they say is transaction. First thing is if I say, but I bought particular, do you know, I bought a particular type of goods for rupees 1 lakh. And then I said that, do you know, I sold goods worth rupees this to someone. I am just telling that particular person that there's a transaction. Now, based upon this particular transaction, one or the other thing will happen. That means I will have an event. What do you mean by an event, everyone? The point is, if you have a transaction, in a transaction, either you will make money or either you will lose money. These are the two things that can happen. If you make money, then it's a profit. If you lose money, then it's a loss. So in this case, transaction is the individual thing that is happening with you. That is the individual thing that happens. While if I talk about event, event is the result of whatever we are doing. Okay, that is result, which are in part at least of financial character. Again, if I try to say that the particular sales were huge, we made a good number of sales, so this is not accounting. Accounting will incur if I say that I sold this much amount of goods for this much amount of money, this is the total. This is something that makes more sense, but this doesn't make sense if I specify it in terms of quality. It has to be in terms of quantity. And then ultimately we have to provide the particular details of profit or loss to the income tax department, the people who have invested money into our organization, or even to the owner himself, because the employees and the owners are two different persons. So then he needs to know what is happening in his business. Along with that, even GST people wants to know, income tax people wants to know. At the same time, a person who's studying about my company is trying to know what exactly I'm doing. At the same time, bank is always interested in me. Why is bank interested? Maybe I would have taken a loan from bank. They would always try to ensure whether their money is exactly coming back or I am turning into an NPA. They'll always be scared. So they'll keep an eye on my books of accounts, right? So this is accounts. Accounts is just basically noting down whatever is happening in the business, be it a normal purchase, or be it a big sale, be it just an expense of stationery, or making a huge amount of turnover by selling a good amount of stock for maybe even 1 crore. So all those transactions which are there in the business, that is going to increase the money of the business, or it's going to decrease the money of the business, whatever the saying is, positive and negative, everything will be noted accordingly. Okay? Now, the next point is, the first point was accounting. With accounting, which is a broader concept, came the basic thing. The basic thing that I can specify here is bookkeeping. See, the particular term itself said, bookkeeping. What do you mean by book? Book is basically the books that we study, right? You are currently studying the IIBF accounting book. That is basically maintaining the details. It is in the written form. And then keeping. So they maintain. Basically, they are maintaining everyday diary kind of thing. They will note down the number of goods that are sold during the day, number of goods purchased during the day, and then after a year, when we are done with all sorts of things that happened in the business throughout that particular year, we will try to find out the ultimate profit or loss of the organization. So it means recording the transactions in the books of original entry in the ledgers. On the other hand, they will say that accounting means the compilation of accounts, that is in a position to know the state of affairs of the business. We would like to know that what is exactly happening with the business. See, bookkeeping is about noting the basics, है ना? Once you know the basics, then only you can study further. Pass or fail is the accounting area, but noting down only and only the marks but not analyzing it yet is bookkeeping. Okay, so that particular thing where we say bookkeeping is just maintaining the records, understanding the records, then trying to get a particular analysis out of it, having your own interpretation, whether you are making money out of it or you are losing money. All those things are taken from the area of accountancy. Accounting is basically the next level. Accounting is basically understanding these processes, and the last is accountancy. With this is knowledge building. That means I got to know whatever we maintained in terms of books for year 1, whatever we maintained for the books for year 2. Over the period of time, I could see why are they making profits, why are they facing losses. This particular over the period of time span, when there's a study, that is called accountancy, right? So there's a difference between accounting, bookkeeping, and accountancy. It starts with bookkeeping, just maintaining the books, getting better, analyzing those things is accounting. And when you look forward towards the knowledge building, becoming broader in that case, that is called accountancy. Acha, now the next point that comes is this, everyone. What do we get out of it? Matlab, obviously, if I'm maintaining the books, what would I do with those books, everyone? Do I need these books for my personal purpose? Do you really think so? Agreed. I can find out what's happening with my business, but then how will I convince income tax department? How will I tell the bank? How will I tell my creditors that I have a net worth and I am capable of working? Right? If I decide to note down everyday transactions, that means those everyday transactions are noted for a particular time span. That is from 1st of April, it is from 1st of April to 31st of March. It starts from 1st of April to 31st of March. We try to find out what is the position of the business. Where is the company going? And if I would like to know in detail what exactly is happening with the company, that is financial statement. Bookkeeping was just noting down what is happening with the business. Then we started understanding it. We went to the area of accounting. And then ultimately we build the knowledge over the period of time that we said is accountancy. Now the financial statements shows who you are in terms of the business. Where is your standard? Where do you stand in the market? That is what is the work of financial statements. For example, balance sheet. Balance sheet is also known as position statement. If someone asks the business, where do you exactly stand? That is balance sheet. This tells you the exact placement of the business, where the business stands, what is it exactly doing, and what is its situation. Does the business possess any kind of properties, or is it having cash balance, or it is having bank balance, or is it having a car or multiple cars? Then is it having its own business building or not, or the premises that we say. So balance sheet is about finding out what exactly the business has. For example, if we are looking forward towards a marriage alliance for someone, this is the first thing that normally people ask after knowing the particular person there. We look forward towards a financial check, right? Now you are giving loan to someone. You would like to look forward to it, whether the particular person is capable of giving me money or not. I know. So first point is the balance sheet, which is called the position statement. Then income statement or the profit or loss account. This tells us that whatever money we invested, did it give us something or not? Was it materialistic something, or was it really helpful for us or not? That is income statement. Once you know about your income statement, the next point is cash flow statement. Cash flow statements means whether you received money or you lost money. You are just trying to find the position of cash. Position of cash. And that too, not only the cash, but the bank balance, right? Because these are two same things. And the last thing that they added was marketable securities. Marketable securities can be said as those securities which are stable over a time span. Short time span, long nahi. Not long, but short time span. It is there for a longer period. Okay? So basically it helps the business to grow further. I think I'll be changing the in color. I hope it is better now. Balance sheet can be stated using the position statement. Income statement is profit and loss account, and cash flow talks about cash balance, the bank balance, and the marketable securities. The securities that we hold and its price normally remains stable. Now comes the next point. This means, can we talk about the various areas of these bookkeeping and accounting? है ना? We can talk about it. First thing that comes here is bookkeeping is a narrow thing because we are just noting down. We are not using our brain. It's a narrow scope as it is a part of accounting. While accounting is something that says a broader term that includes bookkeeping. The bookkeeping is a broader term. Then comes the area of decision making. Decision making, bookkeeping is not about decision making, it's just mere noting, nothing else. We are just noting down the things. While in terms of accounting, we are assessing, we are trying to know what exactly has happened. Right? When you look at your marks and then you try to look forward towards your what to do about that particular thing, what strategy should be taken for the next exam. That is decision making. Then is financial statements. The process does not involve preparation of financial statements. In bookkeeping, you are just maintaining day-to-day accounts. The accounting portion compiles everything that is done on day-to-day basis. Then skills and knowledge. In bookkeeping, you are just maintaining the basics there. You are not given the task of thinking. So it does not require special skills. While in terms of accounting, it is done only by the higher level people because this involves a area of special skills. Then comes the area of persons involved. Since this is basic, it is always done by the clerks. But when we look at accounting, accounting is analysis. We try to find out whether things are really beneficial for us or not. So in this case, what will we do? In this case, in terms of accounting, we will think while doing something. है ना? So when we'll think about doing something altogether, then what will we do ultimately? In this case, we will follow only one thing. That is, we will be looking forward towards the accountant because they are a better person. This job is purely clerical, but this is professional because we are not only looking at it, but we are also trying to analyze it further. Right? Okay. Now comes the next point, everyone. The next point says that nature and the purpose of accounting. Why do we make accounting? See, the point is, I won't remember everything. If you'll ask me after a few days, isn't it? If you'll ask me that, ma'am, what happened on 2nd of July? I'll be like, I don't really remember exactly. But I think I'll try to look forward to it. That is systematic classification is required because I won't know things because if I note down only then I'll remember it. Otherwise I won't. So basically accounting clearly states there is a requirement of systematic classification. When we note down things, there's a system. Recording of events and transactions. When we try to record the events, that means this happened, then this happened, then this happened. All these things are recorded in a sequential manner. Now, that is the area of accounting. Events and transactions. First of all, you note down the transactions, everyone. Once you note down the transaction, it will lead to a result. That is your event. Summarizing of the records events. That means whatever has happened. If the manager asks you what happened and you say, sir, this happened, then this happened in the sequence, the next was this, the next was this. He'll say, I do not have this much of time. Kindly compile all the information and give it to me in one go. That means summarize the recorded events. Give me a summary of the same. I do not want to know the details of what is happening. Right? And then we have interpreting the financial transactions. In terms of interpreting the financial transactions, what do we do? Whatever transactions we have noted, there must be something now that we can learn from it. Right? Interpretation of financial statements means we will try to find out if there is a profit, it is up to what extent. If there is a loss, then up to what extent. Why is this particular profit coming up or why is this particular loss coming up? Now comes, what are the features of accounting? In terms of accounting, see, everybody records accounting differently. There is no hard and fast rule that for every company it's going to be the same thing. Maybe for me, the books are really important. For you, it might be just a particular way of gaining the knowledge and then moving forward, right? So you are just gaining the knowledge, getting those papers cleared, and getting your promotions and increments. While for me, I'll be like looking forward to it as an asset. It is something that gives me money, right? It is the indirect source of money, right? So for me, it is a different thing altogether. For you, it will be a different thing. But at least I'll have to record that in order to teach someone. I had to gather a few books and then I had to compile them and give you the notes there. So if I have to look forward towards that area, accounting is an art. You might look at it differently and I'll be looking at it differently because of our natures as well as our priorities. So the first is, it is clearly written that it is a part of recording because we wanted to maintain that day-to-day thing. Then we have classifying, and then we have summarizing business transactions. We classify everything and then we ultimately summarize those business transactions. Accounting records the transactions in terms of the money. In terms of accounting, what will we do? We will record only those things where there is money. If there is no money, then what will you record exactly? Will you record happiness of a person? Will you record loyalty of a person? Will you record the classification in terms of the good or bad, right? These are all qualitative in nature. So there is a clear-cut thing that whatever the features of accounting are, that would include that it should be something of financial character, and also accounting also interprets the financial data. Now that is also something that is there. If I said that I made a profit of 2 lakh rupees, say, then if we say accounting also interprets the financial data, if the organization earned 2 lakh rupees on a particular day, now this is interpretation. While that particular person is around and then we talk about this is what is happening in terms of the business. Even if I talk about the factories there, in terms of the businesses, in terms of factory owners, or I can say the any specific business, be it garment factory, be it the poultry farms, everything else we talk about, we will not try to find out whatever is there which is good or bad, growing or not. Those things can be defined only and only if I ask them about their financial data, right? Good and bad can never be a definition on which the income tax department will give you a rebate, or good or bad can never be a situation where you will have to pay less of tax, or the shareholders will feel confident on you, right? Since those things are unknown, then it will always remain unstable. So you will also have to give that particular financial data that is presentable in nature. That means the other person can see it and interpret the financial data. So you should be capable of the same thing as well. That is why interpretation part is first of all given to you, and that interpretation leads to the ultimate area of growth in that particular side. Right? So accounting is basically something which can state that it also interprets the financial data. Done? Now comes the next point. How did this particular thing, accountancy, came into the world? Overall, in 1494, a particular Italian person, Fra Luca Bartolomeo de Pecchioli, there are different names, so then I would say just Luca Pecchioli there. Before, he is the person behind the entire accounting that we learn today. He gave it in 1494, but whatever he gave was in Italian. So there are terms that you will understand, they do not have a specific name in English, but we use them in accountancy. Okay, before 1494, if I talk about this particular area, there is certain things that have happened. Number one, there was stewardship accounting. In the area of Europe, there were huge lands which were owned by some really wealthy the landowners. Okay, so it was obviously there. That is what we call as stewardship accounting. Stewardship accounting is basically the accounting which was done by stewards. Stewards can be said as something, these people were responsible for maintaining the books of accounts of all those landlords. So which was spread over the area of all over Europe and all na. So these stewards were the people who were catering their finances. That is why when the catering and the entire noting down was done by stewards, that particular accounting was called stewardship accounting. Again, the timing changed and ultimately we needed more detailed books of accounts. है ना? So the more detailed books of accounts were started in terms of the Companies Act 2013. They introduced a specific formal way of working, and that can be defined as the financial accounting. That means whatever we get, either we are making a profit or we are facing a loss, all those things are noted down in terms of the financial accounting. So this is the first step where the business starts to or tends to find out whether they are going good in terms of their working or not, whatever their current profit is. The moment you come to know about your current profit, then what will you do? You'll either think about expansion, है ना? But for expansion you need money. So will you go to the bank and then take a loan? You can do that, but for that, first of all, find out, can you reduce the price of that particular good to maintain more amounts there? Let's look at it, everyone. Look at this, cost accounting. I bought a car for 1 lakh. Then I modified it. Alloy wheels added, the accessories added. Now the car looks really good. Now the point is, I have to sell this particular car to someone. The cost of it can be what? If I bought it for 1 lakh and then modified it, so I think I can go up to the area of 1 lakh, 1 lakh 50, depending upon that particular market size of that particular organization or the people who are working there, whatever the scenario is. You know? So first is you try to find out your present profit. If you do not wish to change your price there, then what will happen? In terms of that, the profit portion might decrease. So that means at one point of time, I might feel that I'm selling goods, but at the same time, I might be losing money as well. So cost accounting helps in finding out the cost of that particular thing. Once you know the cost, you add up your revenue or your interest, and then what you get is the sales price. Got the point? So otherwise we can say sales minus variable cost is equal to the contribution, where we are trying to find out whatever money we have made. Technically now stewardship is not in use, but financial and costing has taken over the market currently. And then the next part is management accounting. Under management accounting, what are they doing? Under management accounting, they are trying to take decisions. And in terms of that, there can be allocation and reallocation. In terms of the money, it can be in terms of the area of the working altogether, transfers and all. So basically, that is the area of management accounting, when you have to manage the people and you have to manage the money. And then came the social responsibility accounting. Till a particular period of time, nobody considered humans as humans. Once you get into the organization, you are supposed to cater the organization. Okay? Done? Then when we talk about the management accounting, which is based upon decision making, which is based upon allocation of funds, social responsibility is related to the area of social work. That is every company or many organizations have started to donate a certain amount of money. Done? Then comes the next point. The next point is human resource accounting. Social responsibility accounting is all about society, betterment of the society. For example, Tata does a lot for the society. That is social responsibility accounting. Then they said you are introducing, you are noting down even the social work done by the company. Why not note down the human resource accounting? Human means if I am working for the organization, for how much time do I work for the organization, the dedication of a particular person, how does he work further? That is human resource accounting. Whether the organization spent a certain amount of money, did they recover that particular money from that person or not, is covered under human resource accounting. Next is inflation accounting. What is meant by the term inflation there, everyone? Inflation can be said as something where there's a rise in the price there. Now, inflation accounting helps us to understand what is happening in the business. We are trying to find out the effect of inflation in this particular area. So this is the area of the entire evolution of accountancy. How did it start and how did it reach to the present scenario? Right? So give a quick look to it and then we'll move on. If you want to keep a screenshot, then definitely go ahead. Done, everyone? Chaliye. Now let's move on to the next point. Okay, the particular person who gave the particular accounting that we do today is Luca de Bargo Peccioli. There are different names. This is given in the IIBF book, so it is Luca de Bargo Peccioli. He's also known as Luca Peccioli. He's also known as Luca Bartolomeo de Peccioli and also known as Friar Luca. So there are different names, but overall he was an Italian monk. Till 1494, he was basically at Venice there. He published his book called Summa that contained a section on the double entry bookkeeping. Basically, double entry bookkeeping is basically system which says if I get something for you, then I will also get something in return. If I give you a pen, then what will happen? If I just give you, that particular thing can lead to a specific situation where double entry bookkeeping is like if I give money to someone, I get something as well. Now, for example, I bought a pack of chips. It's just hardly 10 rupees or 20 rupees. That means if I give money to them, what will they give me? They will give me cash. They will give me the pack of chips that I wanted. So technically what is happening is whatever has happened in terms of the business, you note it down. That is bookkeeping. And bookkeeping clear rule is that in terms of the organization, the books of accounts should be maintained in order to find out where we are exactly going. Okay. So in this area, the Luca Bartolomeo de Peccioli, he had really got that particular popularity. So his particular book increased the trade then and the necessity of the merchants. The all things started coming up. Done. Now comes the next point. Here comes the first question that we want for the day. Go ahead and look at it. Recording of that particular transaction in a systematic way is called accounting, recording, then journalizing or bookkeeping. Done. So recording of a business transaction in a systematic way. We are recording no, we are not recording in a haphazard manner. Just record this, just record that. We are not dumping anything. So is it going to be accounting, recording, journalizing or bookkeeping? Since we are just recording the things, we are not thinking about it. It is called bookkeeping, everyone. It is called bookkeeping. Then next point, which is the last step of accounting as the process of information? Recording economic events, preparing the financial statements, communication of information, or analysis and interpretation of information. See, as soon as if we talk about the last step for the particular area of processing the information, it can be stated as something where we are leading the end. We now take the decisions regarding it, and that is something, the decisions are there and then we share it among the people. That is communication of information. The last step is communication, where you tell everybody about the particular money the organization has got. That means in terms of the government organizations, we are going to tell it to the company law, then that is also there. Then at the same time, if I talk about the communication, sometimes the public also look forward to that particular area. They'll be like, we would like to know before investing where this organization stands. Since I have no clue there, just provide me that particular information. This can be something that can be troublesome, है ना? So then communication of the information is the area to look forward to, where we have to convince all those people that we are earning and working and we would like you to invest further in our business. That is what we can define here. Next question. Which of the following limitations of the accounting states that all accounts may be manipulated to conceal vital facts? When we say first is accounting is not fully exact, accounting is exact. If I spend even 10,000 rupees or even 1 rupee, I can note it down. Accounting may lead to window dressing. Window dressing can be stated as something where you look at the window is absolutely clean, but when you go into the room is dirty. It was just a window that was cleaned. That is similar to accountancy. You invest money somewhere in thinking that our business will grow further, but that particular person was misleading. That kind of misleading really affects the business. And then accounting ignores the price level changes. The price level changes can be said as something that the price goes up or the price goes down, we do not record it. Normally we record it, but sometimes we do not record the latest changes that are coming. For example, the price of petrol is changing every single day for a good amount of time. So what will I do then? I will not record it every day. The moment I got the particular thing done, I'll record it only for that particular day. Okay? So when we talk about accounting there, accounting may lead to window dressing. This is a manipulation portion, because you are not showing the particular the unkept things of the business. You are just keeping the window clean. You are not cleaning the entire organization, right? So that is what we have in terms of accounting may lead to window dressing. Done, everyone? Chaliye, I think we have covered a good portion of this particular area of accountancy. So before I end my session, I would like to give you a particular information regarding what are we coming up with. Do you know we are coming up with our Sankalp batch 2.0? That is, in terms of our Mahapacks, we are coming up with a new Mahapack. First of all, what you need to do is you need to go on to our website, that is www.adda247.com. First of all, go to the website there, and then click on the area of JIB and CIB and look out for JIB CIB Ka Mahapack. In the examination, I believe one of the basic things that is going to help you a lot in your preparation is going to be the JIB CIB Mahapack. Under this Mahapack, you will get our daily classes. You will the live classes that we are having, the paid classes, right? Along with this, you will also get the mock test. In the same case, you will also be getting all the videos that are available there. You can review it. Both English medium and bilingual would be open up for you. And at the same time, when we look forward to these kind of organizations, then one thing is that if you're looking forward to the JIB and CIB Calm Mahapack, you will have to pay just 11,577.8 and you'll be done with it. All you need to do is you can use the code MP80 to get 80% discount. है ना? So you can use this particular code and you can look forward to any of those particular products that are available, the JIB and CIB, only JIB, only CIB. In this particular Mahapack, in this case, we have the revision classes, we have the numerical classes, we have the area of the revision batches. Even we're coming up with 10 plus hours of mini marathons, 5 plus hours of main marathon. Practice paper will be available, and second and fourth Saturday is basically the breather that we are adding up, because in this on second and fourth Saturday we are coming up with a particular batch that would be only held for decision, the doubts, because obviously for doubts you need sometimes a specific session where you can work upon all those things. So we are coming up with all those things on our website, or you'll find this particular app there. So what you can do is you can take up the course, right? The course will cost you 11577.80. So if you're looking forward to it, then kindly check it out on our website or in our app for further details, everyone. Thank you so much. We'll be meeting in the next class, and all the details regarding the classes are already shared with you. So go ahead and check it out on our website or in our app for further details. Don't forget to use the code MP80 to get the maximum discount. Thank you, everyone.